Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 10, Cleaning Up the Mess. It should have been called Tears and Regrets or Apologies and a Bucket of Tears, child, because that's all that was going on, honey. But y'all, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Oh, but before we get into it, if you are new here, then welcome. I'm sorry, I was being rude. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade, and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. When the episode first opens up, Karen is getting her detox on in the sauna. Honey, you got to sweat out that trip, so I understand. Ashley's back on that damn tic-tac. Ashley. Listen, y'all don't understand how my blood boils when I see Ashley hit that TikTok. Oh, girl, stay off that TikTok. Mia is with the family. Child, who cares? In the next scene, Batman and Robyn are on their Reasonably Shady podcast, and Giselle said their podcast is blowing up. They've been nominated for an NAACP award. And say, what now? Okay, y'all listening to the Reasonably Shady of it all. Okay. They have over 1 million downloads, and they didn't expect to blow up, Shade, but I mean, here they are. So they're discussing their itinerary for the meet and greet event that they're having, the live event. So then they start talking about life, and Robyn brought up this prenup, and she tied it to the trip because she thought she was going to be able to look over the paperwork or whatever when she got a quiet moment. And Giselle was like, on this trip, girl, anywho. So she was like, well, girl, Ashley told me that Wendy was crying to you and tried to talk to you, at the bar. So Robyn, of course, switched up when she was skinning and grinning with Wendy as well. And didn't I tell y'all on that last review that Robyn was going to switch the hell up? I don't even know why Wendy keeps skinning and grinning in her face. I don't understand it. And we know Giselle loves dissension. As long as the discord is happening, Giselle is okay. She can't let Robyn get out of her grasp. Because if she loses control, honey, then they'll run amok in the palace. Shout out to Mama D. So it ain't no way that Giselle can let Robyn be friends with anybody that she's not friends with. So, Robyn had to switch it up, even though she was sitting there smiling with Wendy as well. So then she brought up Candiace being mad about the, Five Below speaker. And Giselle, like, I don't know why she mad. Okay, you talked about us on Instagram Live. Girl, so what? It's not like it was a secret. If it was on Instagram Live, it was for the world to see. She didn't mind you seeing it. AKA, she don't give a damn. Honey, if you saw it, then that's okay. And I looked at the live in its entirety, and it was not what Robyn tried to make it out to be. Child, y'all just doing any old thing for TV, and y'all starting to get on my nerves, okay? Moving forward. In the next scene at Candace's house, her and Chris are looking at the yard. They're trying to figure out where they're going to place the tents, this, that, and this and because Candace is having a party to celebrate her getting her MBA. I know that's right, girl. Black girl magic, honey. So she's inviting Karen, of course, and she took responsibility. She said she shouldn't have said what she said about Karen. And so the producers were like, well, when did you realize that you had said this about Karen? She was like, actually, a producer told me I said it about Karen. Because, them producers keep good detail, okay? A little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. I know that's right, honey. And I feel like that was big of her to admit that she was wrong for repeating the rumor. But then when they ran it back again, it reminded me that Ashley actually started the conversation. Okay? Ashley, see, you a little slick one. You apple-headed hussy. Y'all remember when Martin Mama used to call Gina an apple-headed hussy? Every time I see Ashley, that's all I think of, child. My mama bird. Ooh, child, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing, honey. That's just a side note. Because this episode was so boring, child. And I mean, we needed it because it was really so heavy and we were all like so emotionally invested every Sunday that it was okay for us to take a little break, but I just had to throw Martin in there. Anywho. So she feels like, her and Robyn need to talk because she looks up to Robyn. Girl, what are you looking up to Robyn for? Girl, I don't know what's going on. So then she says to Chris, my period's a little late. And so Chris was like, what? So he's a little happy. She's a little happy, but we don't know if she's pregnant. Over on the other side, Karen is meeting with Matt, the blast from the past. Y'all know every time Karen invite this man in, it's going to be some foolishness. But y'all know what I noticed? Every time they start accusing her of doing something behind Ray's back, Matt appears. Matt, let me find out you got something to do. It's a correlation somewhere up and through. Okay? Now, y'all go back and watch Potomac of yesteryear, and y'all going to see exactly what I'm talking about every time. Because remember they were saying something about Karen living in an apartment and not really living in Potomac. And Charlie was a whole bunch of mess, and Matt was involved in. Then when they were talking about the tax problems, Matt was involved in. Matt got some mess attached to him. I'm just saying. So anywho, she says she's going to be doing a live show. So production says, so what inspired a live show? So they flash back to Gizzard when they were sitting in the park underneath the cherry blossoms, telling them that her and Robyn were going to take that Reasonably Sleepy Time podcast on the road. Here go Karen. My friendship with Wendy Williams is what inspired me. Karen, shut it up. You know dang on well you and Wendy ain't no real friends. If you didn't learn nothing else from Lanithia, Real Housewives of Atlanta leaks, you should know that Wendy Williams is not y'all's friend, honey. Okay? She ain't y'all friend. Nene got over there skinning and grinning when Wendy Williams thought she was her friend, and she is not. Okay? She was that lady over there, or that girl over there, or whatever she was, child. Wendy's not your friend, child. Now, you know you got that from Giselle when you were sitting down. Now, I hate to give Gizzard her props, but that's where you got it from, honey. So she's trying to figure out exactly what she's going to be doing, what they're going to be offering. So Matt was like, we should call it Keeping It Karen. Now, I would like to go to a Grand Dame experience if it's not going to be boring, because sometimes people are better a part of something. This is what I mean by that. We like Karen because she going to get the heifers together in the most unengaged way. It's like it's almost effortless. They say something and she just, pew, honey, she shoot right back at them. You ain't even see it coming. But it's togetherness. But when you put Karen separate, sometimes it can give snooze fest, like that show she had on Bravo. And I mean, it's like, you know, I like the Grand Dame, but I don't want to see you and your farm living and your family. It's just getting boring. Sometimes a person is better with a group. So anywho, they having a Karen experience. So then he goes on and on about ball gowns. They can do a balloon drop. Child, he was saying all kind of stuff. Karen can do a song and a dance and a this and a that. Child, just so much that Karen can do. And so she was like, okay, I like all of that. So then Karen tells him, well, you remember what happened when Wendy had that 3-week candle and how people thought I was copying her? She's like, well, you know, Giselle and Robyn, they're doing a live show. So he said, well, I mean, that's a podcast and I'm pretty sure it's going to be boring. Now, Karen, and again, you know dang on well you're doing a live show because of the Sleepy Time podcast. That's why you brought it up. Karen's slick. Baby, she'll slick one. Y'all got to pay real close attention to her, honey, because she'll get you. In the next scene, Wendy and Eddie, they're in the car, and she's talking about her visit to Chicago. Now, I don't know why she was calling it Chicago, and he was like, what are you saying? Why are you saying that like that? And she was like, what am I saying? He said, I don't know, but it's not that. Like, why are you pronouncing it that way? She said, I'm saying Chicago. He said, it's Chicago. Chicago. She said, I thought I was saying it like the mobsters. He said, you're not a mobster. Calm down. Sit down. No, calm down. I thought that was so funny. I said, I like Eddie. Baby, he got her right together. So anyway, she was a keynote speaker and she spent some time in Chi-Town. Oh, child. And I was like, Wendy, not you not being able to pronounce Chicago. Girl, I'm not finna play with you. Anyway, it was a real quick snippet. They didn't really show much of Wendy. And yeah, that was it. That was all. Moving forward. In the next scene, Robyn in her satin blouse, they go to meet up with Candiace. Hey, Candiace. Hey, Rob. And they actually embrace each other. Okay, so far so good. So Robyn immediately starts crying. Robyn said her hairstylist just recently lost her sister and her brother-in-law in a tragic car accident. Now, my condolences to her and her family. But y'all, I really thought Robyn was about to say she lost her hairstylist. But she was saying, you know, she really hates to see people so hurt and people that are close to her be really hurt. And she wants to squash any beef because life is too short. So then Candace starts crying because Robyn has been mean to her, basically. And Robyn tells Candace that she told Giselle that she didn't agree with what she was saying about Chris and this whole thing. So she didn't understand why Candace was saying what she was saying in the text message. And she didn't like the whole Instagram thing. So Candace said that she doesn't mean Robyn when she's saying that they're being fake. She didn't mean her. So Robyn was like, well, you know what? Next time you need to be more specific. Child, if Candace don't do nothing else, she gonna get those tears activated. And Candace, why are you apologizing to Robyn? I'm sorry, maybe an unpopular opinion, but you don't owe Robyn an apology. You didn't do anything to her. Robyn was mad at you for being cool with Wendy and not siding with her when she tried to ice Wendy out. Let's just call a spade, honey. They made up. I don't know why Robyn was mad to begin with, but okay. It gave me absolutely nothing. Moving forward. In the next scene, Leah, yes, I did say Leah, because you know, Mia got a little line problem, so we take the M out and put an L. Leah is at the joint. Okay, Mia said they have 14 joint chiropractic centers, or had, honey, because I don't know what's going on over there today's date, but they're bringing one to the DC area. So the producer asked how they fund each of the centers, and she said they bring on friends, investors, but one partner fell through. So production asked, well, can you talk about the one that fell through? She said, I don't know. I'm sick of lawyers. I don't know what happened. I mean, stuff was happening. I don't know. No wonder y'all friends with Peter. Y'all buying houses and cars with fake money, honey. Opening up businesses with other people's funds and then getting mad when it fall through. Child, it's a whole fool. So it's a grand opening, and Karen and Jacqueline, they attended. None of the other ladies were there, but they watched Mia do the ribbon cutting, and that was that on that. Over on the other side, Ashley goes to see Uncle Lump. I love when she goes to see Uncle Lump, because baby, he gonna get Ashley together. All that fake crying and lying and trying and denying, Uncle Lump ain't playing that. Girl, he don't like Michael, and he wants you to get far, far, far away. So whatever you go over there to tell him, he ain't gonna care, because he wants you to separate yourself from Michael. So Ashley is telling them how Michael was yelling at her because he wanted to keep Dean, and told her just go ahead and take Dylan and leave Dean at home. And the babies were all in an uproar because Michael was yelling. Well, Michael, if you would keep your ass at home, if you wouldn't have been on world tour, you could have kept Dean the whole time. You would have been saw Dean, but you always gone somewhere in the streets trying to find something to do. Stay at home with your kids. Child, anyway. So Ashley is saying, you know, she's scared to be in a house with these two small children, and she doesn't think that's the move right now. Baby, women do it every day, B. Women do it all the time. You have a support system. So her aunt is trying to like speak life into her and let her know, girl, everything's going to be okay. You know, you're going to be fine. Girl, you don't need Michael. He don't bring nothing but turmoil. Really and truly what it is you scared to leave that bag. That's what it is. Girl, you're going to be all right. Ashley going to stay cooped up in that penthouse forever doing TikTok dances, scared to pay her own bills. Girl, make sure he give you a little severance package and head to the border. Girl, if you don't take them kids and go. Moving forward. In the next scene, Candace picks up Miss Dorothy from the airport. Oh, Lord, honey, I hope it's a smooth ride. Miss Dorothy was acting like she had some sense. Candace said, you know, they have had their ups and downs and whatnot, but she's learned how to just let what her mom says roll off her back. And I can relate to that, because them mamas can be a little bit much. I have to take mine in small doses. It's like, oh, hey, all right, well, I'm going to let you go. Even though I do talk to her every day, I know my limits. Okay, so you just got to know your limits. So Candace tells her that her cycle is late, so she might be getting a visit from the stork. And of course, Miss Dorothy was like, oh, okay, so you might be pregnant. So that means y'all gonna calm down, stop all that cussing. Candace said, no, we're gonna still cuss, okay? They're gonna hear cuss words, but they're gonna know not to use them. Girl, you gonna be singing a different tune when they be in the middle of Walmart talking about, God damn it. So I'm just saying. Girl, you gotta cut back on the cuss words when you get the kids, honey. Because, baby, they will repeat exactly what you say, and they don't care about it, honey. They gonna repeat it. So it's Angel and Adore's Sweet 16. They look so pretty. I was like, oh my gosh. Baby, Pastor JHB showed up. So I guess we not gonna ask, is Jamal coming? Because, honey, you know he gonna show up for them babies. So he showed up. And child, we know Giselle happy as hell. He showed up for the babies. Sharice and Ashley, they arrived. So then Robyn arrives. Hey, y'all. So Jamal comes over, and Giselle is up there introducing Jamal, talking about, this is my baby daddy. I hate when people say that. I do not like the term baby daddy and baby mama. Oh, I do not like that. It just has such a negative connotation to it for me. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like it. So anywho, She's introducing Jamal like people don't know him. And child, she just happy he there in the flesh. Let's move on. So they go to speak their speech, and Jamal sounding just like a pastor, talking about, I'm so happy that I didn't have to pick y'all up from jail. Oh, Lord. So then Giselle gives a sweet speech, and I loved seeing this and seeing Gizzard in this light. Because, Giselle is messy boots, but when she gets in the family mode and she gets with those daughters, baby, that's everything to me. And I remember when we first met them in that kitchen of Giselle's house, season 1. And they were so tiny. Now they're beautiful young ladies almost graduating from high school. That is crazy. Over on the other side, it's the day of Candace's party. Baby Candace got on her bust down middle part, getting to it. So they outside, right, looking around. They see a snake in the yard. Here go Miss Dorothy. I thought you said Giselle wasn't coming. Here she is. Baby, Dorothy is a fool. Do you hear me? I said, oh my gosh. Oh, honey, she might not care for Chris, but baby, she got his back when it comes to Gizzard, because she sure made her a snake in the grass. So Karen and Ray arrive because everybody's starting to arrive to the party. And Candace said Chris and her mom, they're doing fine, okay, because of his love for her love for her, they're trying to get through it. And as I'm listening to her, I was just thinking, man, I know these housewives' husbands get tired of these mamas. I know they get sick of that. It's like, my God, you got Candy, Mama Joyce, and Todd. You got Candice, Chris, and Miss Dorothy. It's like, please, y'all, just stay out of it. So then Wendy and Robyn and Sharice, they arrive. So the party's underway. Everybody's eating. They're enjoying. And baby, that food was looking real good. Do you hear me? I said, baby, Chris looked like he put his foot in that food. Oh, it was looking good. So anywho, that's just a side note. So Candace says she took a test, okay, and she's not pregnant. So they're going to try again and, go back to the drawing board. And that's okay. Sometimes it doesn't happen right away. I literally had to fast to get my baby. I fasted for an entire week. So, the next month I was pregnant. So, sometimes, you got to get creative, child. Over with the other ladies, Karen asked Robyn, when is the wedding? Because they're all sitting down, right? They're all sitting down eating. So it's Sharice, Robyn, Karen, and Ray Ray. So they all sitting there. So Karen goes, when is the wedding, Robyn? Like, what's going on with it? Like, come on now, give me the details. Like, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Here go, Robyn. We're doing an intimate ceremony, just the 4 of us. And girl, goodbye. You can't make me believe Giselle ain't going to be there. You can't make me believe that. She was there when he picked out the ring for you to wear. Okay, because I don't know if it meant anything. But you cannot make me believe she ain't going to be at that courthouse, honey. Anywho. So Wendy comes over and sits down. So Karen gets up and leaves because, she producing the scene and whatnot. So Wendy brings up the drunken talk that they had at the bar. And of course, Robyn is challenging what she's saying. Wendy is giving insanity at this point. Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. How many times you gonna grovel at Robyn's feet? How many? So Robyn asked why Wendy was comfortable having a conversation when nobody was around and she wasn't having a debate. Why were you comfortable accepting when Giselle wasn't around? See, Wendy, come on now, Wendy. You got to think, honey. Use your thinker. I would have came back on her like, oh, okay. So you're talking about me trying to show out. Why were you comfortable talking to me when Giselle's not around? So Wendy apologizes yet again. Okay. It's definitely giving insanity. Okay. So Robyn asks, so what do you want from me? Like, what can I do? And Wendy said, you can apologize to me. She's like, I already did that. This is what I noticed throughout this episode. Robyn collected 2 apologies. Okay, 2. One from Candace and one from Wendy. Robyn did not apologize to Candace. And she didn't want to apologize to Wendy. But after she got through saying it, she reluctantly apologized. So I guess all is well for a minute. I was like, girl, anyway, honey, y'all could have kept this. So inside, Candace pulls Karen to the side and she tells Karen, she didn't remember saying it. She said, girl, my bad. I was drunk. I was sitting down with Ashley and, she was getting into it and I said some stuff I shouldn't have said. So Karen accepted it and she was like, when you own it, I'm okay with it. But I still got my good eye on Candace. Okay. I still got my good eye on her. Over with Chris and Ray, they're talking, right? So he brings up the thing with Giselle. So Chris said, I was a little bit confused because at the end of the day, if she was uncomfortable, it wasn't because of anything I did, because I didn't make her uncomfortable. So Ray is like, well, you don't think you need to maybe apologize? And he said, apologize for what? He said, because she took whatever you did the wrong way. Ray, sit this one out. Okay, sit this one out. Giselle is full of it. Okay, she is full of it. And normally, I would say, if you made a woman feel uncomfortable, go ahead and apologize, because it's her feeling. It's how she felt. But it's the timing of it all. It's how we ain't heard nothing else about it. Giselle just doing something, honey, to have something to do. Okay, you stick to the Black Bill Gates business. Don't worry about this over here. Okay, just sit it out. So Candace is giving a speech, and baby Chris is pissed. Because he's like, why would I apologize for what I didn't do? I didn't do, so why should I apologize? For what? So in the confessional, the producer is asking Candace and Chris, why not just go up to her and say, hey, I apologize for making you feel uncomfortable. He said, if I did that, then I would be admitting that I did something wrong, and I didn't do anything wrong. And they done worked on Chris's holding his central nervous system, honey. He ain't even in there listening to Candace's speech. He's sitting out on the porch. He is pissed. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. I would not apologize to Giselle either. If he did, then that would be another story. Well, see, he apologized to me because he did something wrong, and then that would be a whole thing. So for me, I feel like Ray kind of overstepped his boundaries. Ray, you're really piping up this season, honey. We don't need too much of it. Not too much. Not too much. And that was the end of the episode. Child, it was a big old filler. It didn't really give much, but like I said, we needed a break. Okay, we really did. But it was a lot of tears for it to be lighthearted. So I don't know what's going on, honey. I just really don't. Okay, it's giving lighthearted, but a bucket of tears. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly, what would you rate this episode? Did you like the episode? What did you think of it? Did you even watch it? If not, I just put you up on it, so it's cool. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.